Hi guys, I'm back again with another video. So I hope you did check out the last two videos I uploaded yesterday. And as I always say, guys, that thank you so much for the people who are supporting this channel and subscribing and many more other things. So on today's video, like I said, that I was going to do a Monday market breakdown for this week. And so on my right, you see that, like I always say on the past video, that some of the page that you may see, they are not necessarily things that I do have on my watch list or the page that I'm looking at. But at some point, I'm trying to be versatile and also to analyze like the things that you may be looking at, because this is not necessarily about me only, but also accommodating your needs and also other currencies or instruments that you'll be looking at. So everything that you see here on the red list is everything that I'm going to try to make this video as short as possible and actually analyze everything. So without any further waste of time, let's get into that. So like I said, as usual, guys, I will always start on the DXY so that I can get to understand how the dollar is going to perform throughout the week. So as you have seen already on the lower time frame, that we have had a weak DXY, a weak dollar. So as I said on the previous video, that if you look at this carefully before I start everything, this is an emerging head and shoulder. So I think there is no reason why the dollar may not sell or the DXY may not be a sell based off this outlook. But let's get much more deeper than that. So as you can see, we have these touches at the bottom, and then we have those two at the top. So remember, guys, your charts don't have to be perfect because we're not looking at a perfect market, right? So this is the playground that we have. As you can see, at the current moment, we're trending to the upside. But the question is, how do we know that we have reached now the end of an uptrend or a downtrend? So that is where those patterns, continuation and reversal, come in. But when a market is about to change direction, the patterns that become evident in the market are usually reversal patterns. For example, here I did talk about this emerging head and shoulder, but now that we have identified our playground, it's important for us to go into the lower time frame so that we can understand what is going on in there, because that is where the price is going to be clear, right? So dropping it now to the 4-hour time frame, the most important thing is to go into the current price. Right. So you would remember that I did have that previous high over there, and then you could see that the market was trending correctively towards that upside until it finally broke out of structure and gave us this corrective movement, right? So now that we're here, another thing that I like to do is identifying my key levels, because as you can see, this is a previous key level, right? Which is where the market could most likely bounce. And I remember saying on the previous video, okay, I think I'm gonna show you in the 1-hour time frame. But as of the current moment, you would see that we might still be looking for the continuations to the downside up until maybe the support level. And if this is not the way our support level is supposed to be, then this is where we most likely need to have it, because of this is where we have the most touches. And it would make sense if the DXY could sell to the downside up until this level, because it is going to give us a third touch at the bottom, right? So, and I remember saying on the previous video that I'll be looking at exactly something like this. So now that we're here, let's go into the lower time frame so that we can understand what's going on. Or we can even have this trend line like this, but then it starts not to make sense. And then when you look at it this way, now it starts becoming a rising wedge. That is a reversal. Because as I did say that wedges also are continuation patterns, and also they are also reversal patterns. So it's only a continuation if we had an impulse, then the correction, then the continuation. But if it starts off like this, then that's when it becomes a reversal, right? So let's go to the 1-hour time frame, so where everything is going to be clear. So you would remember, guys, on the previous video where I also uploaded a screenshot, that I did say that the sell that we got this Monday, or on this day, it was somewhere around about here. And I remember having a trend line like this that Whereas I emphasize the idea that when a market is outside of a structure, look at how is it behaving outside of that structure. Is it giving you higher highs, higher lows, lower low, lower lows, and lower highs? Because, for example, I remember saying that lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. And then I said that from this point now on, if the market fails to do this and go to the upside, then it simply means that it was giving us another lower high before actually going to the downside. And then that's exactly what happened here. So if we look at it currently now, I'm expecting or anticipating the same thing, because if we are treating this as a previous high, if we're treating this as a previous, so you can say this is a strong level, which is support, 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 and then it has been finally broken now. And then if this is a retest, then the DXY will continue with its sell-off to the downside. And what does this mean? This means that if the DXY continues being a sell, then the US dollar as a currency also loses value against the other currencies. So I'm talking about currencies like Euro USD, GBPUSD. Those are the currencies that you will now have to buy because the dollar is going to be weak, right? So this is currently what I'm anticipating. And then if we can go to the 15-minute time frame where the pattern is going to be clear, right? You can even see that the market is moving, it's been moving in impulses, correction, impulse, correction, impulse. And then if this is a correction, then from Tuesday, this is when you're going to start getting those selling opportunities to the downside. And this being our overall TP level where the market would be most likely to have something like this and actually go to the upside. However, if that doesn't happen, then it's going to continue going to the downside. But as of the current moment, I would say the momentum is with the sellers, which is this is where we are most likely be expecting the market to drop to the downside. However, if we are that's not where it's supposed to be, then if we're treating that as a significant level, then the market also does stand a possibility that it could be double bottom, then come back here, then retest, and then go buy. But buys would only make sense above this particular resistance, not this one, right? But for now, I would say the current outlook, the momentum is with the sellers more than it is with the buyers, right? So we're expecting another sell-off to the downside. GBPJPY is giving us a nice triangle or falling wedge, if you may, right? This is nice, this is beautiful, it's clean. And then we have that high over there. And then if we're treating this as an impulse, sorry about that, if we're treating this as an impulse, then this is a correction, then this is a breakout, retest, then waiting for continuations to the upside, right? So if we can zoom clearly there, you would also see that we have a support level here where we got the breakout and then the retest. So it's just clean, guys. It's nice, it's beautiful, right? So what is it that I see? And then if you look at currently what's going on here, you would also realize that we have a high here that has been broken, right? Because as you can see, so it's not clear here, but resistance, 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 resistance. Then the market failed to break it. It was playing along between this resistance and the support level. And then it finally broke it now. So what is it that we're expecting on GBPJPY? On GBPJPY, I'm honestly expecting continuations to the upside up until that level, because this is just as clean as pure. It's nice. And you would also remember what I always say, guys, that when the market is outside of the structure, look at how is it behaving outside of that structure. By that, I mean, for example, the market broke out of this structure. And if you can connect the dots now, it makes sense why it continues going to the upside, because this is a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. And then if we do get the retest, don't panic and think that's going to change direction. Just think about this way. It could be probably giving us another higher low before going to the upside to give us another higher high. So this is really something that I need you to pay attention to, because this is a very nice chart. It's clean, does not need anything else that could complicate it, because as you can see with this resistance, the market broke out with a nice bullish engulfing candle. And then if you are a swing trader, you would like to swing this, then you would also wait until the close of that candle and then trigger your buys into the current moment, which is after the 2 hours, because we're on the 4-hour candle of time frame. Then going into the 1-hour time frame, this is where now it's very beautiful. Look at this: higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. And may not necessarily come back here to give us another high high, but if But as long as we do understand that this is a strong support level, and then the market finally broken this level, which is this is a breakout. And then look at the candles that were there, your pin bars, your dojis. So this is a nice. I don't know why anyone would not take this opportunity. Yeah, it's not much, but it's a very beautiful and it's clean, guys. It's clean. And even if we were to have another trend line from here, this is why you would buy the market. So if you're watching this, I'm saying buy GBPJPY, right? So moving forward now to another pair, let's see, which is gold. Hey, this is a tricky one, guys. Let's go to the daily time frame, right? So looking at the daily time frame, we can clearly see that gold has the support level that we're at currently, and we have this structure at the top, those touches, and then we also have these ones here, as you can see. So this is what is going on. So like I did say in the previous video that with this could be a possible headish double bottom, but gold is just doing what it's doing, and I don't know what's going on. So let's go to the 4-hour time frame to see what's going on. So dropping it now to the 4-hour time frame, right? We need to mark now our levels correctly. We need to mark them correctly, right? So if you look at what's going on here, gold has been playing between this level, right? Because as you can see, it was broken resistance, then it was support, then finally go to the upside, then it was support and then resistance, resistance, resistance. So gold has been playing around this level, and it's not giving a clear direction as what is it that it wants to do. But in terms of pattern or structure, we are even outside this continuation pattern here that I'm seeing, which is a bullish flag, right? However, we must be cautious of, because gold outside the structure is moving correctively. The breakout is not impulsive. And like I say, that the breakout that is nice is the one where the breakout is impulsive, but we must be cautious now when it is impulsive. But let's drop it to the 1-hour time frame so that we can see clearly what's going on. So dropping it into the 1-hour time frame, this is why I'm saying we need to be cautious, right? Because if you look at the breakout, it's corrective. And if you look at the touches that I just showed you here, we need to be careful as to what is it that we're going to do with gold. Because if gold is respecting the setup, then this is an impulse move, then this is going to be a correction. So now later it's going to go down. But if the DXY continues losing strength, then gold eventually is going to be a buy. But in terms of structure, it's just not giving. But if we just use the analogy of the DXY, then gold should be a buy if the DXY continues being a sell, right? So yeah, this is what I see on gold. But coming back to what I said, that of the thing of higher highs and higher lows, maybe gold is just playing along here to give us a higher low before actually giving us a higher high, which is going to the upside. So this is what I'm seeing on gold. I don't know what you see, guys. So if you're still with me, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below. What are you watching? What do you think of the analysis? So let's move forward now to another pair. So we have GBPUSD. So I had already analyzed it, but let's just see on the daily time frame as to what's going on. So I can erase it, it's fine, but it's beautiful, it's nice. So if you look at GBPUSD, right, we have this pattern. So GBPUSD has been selling, right? So this could be at the time now where the upside momentum could be starting to kick in, and I don't want to lie, it's a very beautiful structure, right? So as you can see, we even have this descending channel to even confirm that we could be in it for buying opportunities. Because if you look at the top, we have the first touch, second, third, fourth. So this is most likely where we could get a fifth touch. And then this is the first one, second, third, and then this was the fourth touch, but we're no longer there. So let's drop it to the 4-hour time frame now so you can understand what's going on. So dropping it now to the 4-hour time frame. Dropping it now to the 4-hour time frame. So what matters here is just for us to understand that GBPUSD is no longer outside this reversal pattern that you see over here, and we have a nice support level, and we even have a nice bullish engulfing candle. So I think by looks of things, if the DXY does become a sell, then I'll be looking at something like this on GBPJPY. This is what I am anticipating on GBPJPY if you enter on the 4-hour time frame, because look at this. We have this support level, then the market is going to the upside. We have this bullish continuation flag, and then we have the breakout in an impulsive manner. And I'm pretty sure that on the 1-hour time frame, you're going to see something like this, which is higher high and your higher lows, which is why the market ended up buying. And then we also have a bullish engulfing candle, and then we have this minor support level. So why will not GBPUSD be a buy and go to the upside? Just a stop loss for somewhere around about here, and your TP to be there. So this is what I see on GBPUSD. But let's go to the 1-hour time frame just to confirm. So if we look at the 1-hour time frame, right? So don't panic just because this is what's going on, but what's happening here is exactly what I'm talking about. Look at this: higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So we may not come back here based off the 4-hour and the daily time frame. The market may not necessarily come down because it also doesn't look like so on the previous higher time frames. And also looking at this, the market has broken this previous high. So what is it that we're expecting next is continuations to the upside, because the market does not necessarily have to come here, guys, and touch this trend line before giving us the buying opportunities. Some pairs are going to do that, some are not going to do that. So let's move on now to another one, which is USD Swiss francs. So USD Swiss francs is negatively correlated with Euro USD. So I don't necessarily have to start it on the daily time frame, because as you can see, we just have that high over there, right? And this one over here. So first I'd say, so lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. So we might be coming back down here to give us another lower high before the market goes back to the upside. So as you can see, this is a very nice, it's clean impulse move, correction, head and shoulder that formed here, which is the left shoulder, the head, and then the right shoulder. The market broke out impulsively. We didn't get any retest after the breakout up except for this one, and we even broke this level that you see. It's very, which is 0.96192. It's a very strong level, but it has been broken. Then the market gave us a retest and then gave us a nice bearish engulfing. So if the market is to continue going to the downside, then this is what we are currently expecting on USD Swiss francs to actually complete the 90% rule before maybe giving us the buying opportunities back to the top. So this is what I see on USD Swiss francs at the current moment. And also look at that candle that rejected from that strong resistance. It's a nice bearish engulfing candle. So if maybe you saw it earlier on, then this is what you could possibly have had. And then this is where your first TP level is going to be. It's not bad. Yeah, it's really not bad. Let's drop it to the 1-hour time frame. So dropping it now to the 1-hour time frame, you would also see if we can just have a minor level, which is somewhere around about here, because as you can see, support resistance, which it has been now broken. So it looks much more better on the 1-hour time frame in terms of risk and reward, because if we have an entry right here, that means our stop loss is somewhere going to be around about here, and then at least the risk to the reward, at least that's a 4%, 4.1, so 1:4. So yeah, guys, it's better, it's much more better on the 1-hour time frame, right? And then we're going to be expecting the market to go to the downside. So this is what I currently see on the DXY. And also look at that candle that rejected over there, because it broke out and gave us a retest. And then, as I said, something about the wicks of the candle. If you want, you can enter this trade currently. But if you want to wait for the 7 minutes, this 30 minutes to elapse, then you're going to wait up until the close of that candle. Then if it closes as a bearish engulfing candle, then that will be a safer one, because it's going to be confirmed that we are indeed going to go to the downside. So let's move on now to the other one. So let's check out NAS100, right? So NAS100 is very nice on the daily time frame. You would also understand why it is a buy. So let's just erase this. So if you want, guys, you could have it from this point up until there. You can also have that, right? But this is what is important, right? Because if you look at this carefully, this is a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. And then you also had a support level over here. And then you would understand why the market is a buy on the high, on the lower time frames. Because like I said, guys, what's happening on the daily time frame is going to happen on the lower time frames, but they're going to happen at the time frames of those time frames, not necessarily, not in the same frequency and time as the daily time frame. But the daily time frame is for you to get an indication as to what is going on. So for example, here we do realize that we are in an uptrend, which is high high, high low, high high, high low. So, and even look at that support level that was being respected, and look at that bullish engulfing candle, and then this is why the market is going to the upside. And then if we can have a pattern here that's going to complete what we see here, but it's going to be clear on the 4-hour time frame. So let's drop it to the 4-hour time frame, right? So dropping it now to the 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, this is where you fix the prices now, because we no longer need that trend line now. So this is where we can just focus on, and also we can even delete that one because we understand what's going on the higher time frame. So there's no point in keeping them if you're not going to use them currently, right? So this is what is going on at the current moment. You would also see that on NASDAQ we have this bullish continuation flag, right? And then the touch is touch, and then the market is outside of the structure, and we have this support level that is being respected right over here. So if NASDAQ is to go to the upside, then you can buy NASDAQ on the support level, and then this is where your first TP is going to be, and then that's going to be your overall one. And also look at what's going on here, which is higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So this could be, and look at the candle that is forming there. If the candle closes as a bullish engulfing candle, then you could buy NASDAQ as of now, right? So I'm actually looking at continuations to the upside on NASDAQ, and also based on what I see on the daily time frame. So let's drop it down to the 1-hour time frame so we can see what's going on. So looking at the 1-hour time frame, the 1-hour time frame just confirmed already what I see on the 4 hours, because on the 4-hour, that bullish engulfing candle has not yet closed. But if you look at what's going on here on NASDAQ 1-hour time frame, you can literally see that higher high, higher low, higher high, low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Then this is a higher low. We have a nice bullish engulfing candle. So what is it that I'm anticipating? I'm anticipating that NASDAQ is going to continue going to the downside. Then if I just to the upside, sorry. And if I go back to the 1-hour time frame, then overall, this is what we'll be looking at, right? Should it continue going to the upside, this is what I'm currently looking. So if you want to swing it, then you can enter on this time frame. But if you want to scalp and everything, then there are lower time frames for you. But this is what I see currently on NAS100, right? So remember, guys, if you're still with me, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below. So let's also break this down, which is EURGBP. We have this, and then we have that touch over there. We can, right? So this is the previous high that has been respected by the market. And then as you can see, first touch, second touch. So we're anticipating a third touch here. First touch, second, and then the market did not necessarily have to go there. If this is a third touch already, then this is where I think that the market could possibly go to the downside, right? But let's drop it to the 4-hour time frame where everything is going to be clear. So dropping it to the 4-hour time frame now, this is where we fix the prices. And then if you look at this, then we can have it like that, because it approached that level correctively. And then if you look at this now, this is an emerging type of head and shoulder that I see, which is, this could be the, like I say, the guys, it does not have to be picture perfect. So this is the left shoulder, this is the head, this is the right shoulder. So if it does break outside of that trend line, then this is the reason why the market could sell, right? So this is what I see on the 4-hour time frame on GBP, on EURGBP. And also, if EURGBP ends up being a sell, that will also confirm what we saw on GBPJPY, on GBPUSD, because on those time frames, GBPUSD is a buy. That means a strong pound. GBPJPY is also reflecting some buy momentum, which is the pound is strong. And I also noticed on the economics calendar that we had around 8 o'clock there was fundamentals, our report on GDP, but I didn't read like what has happened afterwards, but I did see the day before that there were going to be fundamentals that are going to affect the pound, right? So this is what I see currently on GBPJPY. So if EURGBP does break out, then we're going to wait for the retest and then the continuation to the downside. Or if that does not happen, then you're going to have the impulse move, then the correction outside of the structure, then the continuations to the downside. Then yeah, so this is what I see on EURGBP. So let's just see what's going on in the 1 hour time frame. So dropping it out to the 1 hour time frame, if you miss out on the breakout, right? So excuse me, so we can have the breakout, the retest, and the continuations to the downside. However, if that doesn't happen, then we're going to have that breakout, then the impulse, the corrective type of movement, and then the continuations to the downside. But the overall outlook that I have on EURGBP is sells to the downside, right? So let's see how far are we, guys. So we only left with US30. See that the structures are literally the same, so it's nothing new, but I can erase the drawings. I don't mind. So as you can see, we have that touch at the top, then we have this touch at the bottom, right? So we also have that support level that I did highlight over there. And then if you look at the candles, they look at this first touch, second, and then the third touch, failed to break below, give us a nice bullish engulfing candle. So that is why it ended up being a buy. And then currently the market is broken out of the structure. So what is it that we're anticipating? Continuations to the upside to give us a third touch there before we can get the sell, right? So let's drop it now to the 4 hour time frame where everything is going to be clear. Dropping it now to the 4 hour time frame, right? Let's fix the prices now. So as you can see, we have those touches there, and then we also have this previous low that has been broken by the market. So this is the previous low that has been broken by the market. So obviously, guys, we do not necessarily have to go to the 1 hour time frame or even the 15-minute time frame because everything is clear as we speak. Because look at this, guys. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Then this is a higher high. And then we have broken now the previous low. So we could be in it for the continuations to the upside, and then that being our first take profit level, and that one being our final TP level if the market ends up going to the upside. But let's drop it to the 1 hour time frame. So dropping it to the 1 hour time frame, on the 1 hour time frame, we already have a nice bullish engulfing candle. So I don't see any reason why we wouldn't enter this trade. And then we have that. And then if you look at it from a bigger picture now, we have something that looks like this on NASDAQ. So let's drop it to the 15-minute time frame for those who are scalping the market. So yeah, guys, if I can just delete this, you can see, okay, on the 15-minute time frame, we could come back and have market go back to the upside. So this is what I see from the people who are trading the market. All right. So yeah, guys, we have now reached the end of the video. I hope you liked and enjoyed this analysis that I made, but the market has been clear. It's giving me clear structures. So I wish you all the best for the week. I hope you enjoyed and liked this video. If you did enjoy and like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below what you're looking at. I will most definitely see you on the next video.